From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, March 12th, 2017. Silver is trading at $17.03 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,205 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 1.4 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $1,175. Antiwar.com reports, according to a statement issued by the Turkish military, Turkish forces have killed at least 71 members of the US-backed Kurdish YPG over the past week across Syria. They did not indicate where the attacks were, but said they'd killed 425 Kurds overall since the invasion of Syria. Kurdish officials have not confirmed the death toll, but there have been reports out of the YPG a few times claiming that they were coming under attack from Turkish forces. The Turkish military also attacked the Syrian military in the past few days because the Syrian forces were in a village outside of Manbij, a Kurdish-held city they want to attack. The U.S. has embedded a number of Army Rangers in the city of Manbij, aiming to preempt any Turkish attack on the city, though Turkish officials were expressing fury at U.S. claims that the Kurds are not at all terrorists, insisting the U.S. has lost its senses. Though after the August invasion, Turkey initially focused on the Islamic State targets, they have always said their intention was to exterminate both the Islamic State and the Kurdish YPG, and recently indications are they are more keen to move against the Kurds than against the Islamic State. If the death toll is ultimately true, it may hinder the YPG's intentions to attack the Islamic State itself, as YPG forces continue to build up around the Islamic State capital of Raqqa, but probably cannot sustain an offensive while fighting Turkey at the same time. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports the Trump administration's revised travel restrictions for 6 Muslim-majority countries was dealt its first blow in federal court after a Wisconsin judge ruled in favor of a Syrian refugee seeking to bring his wife and young daughter to the United States. Wisconsin District Judge William Conley issued a temporary restraining order barring Trump's revised executive order from taking effect for the Syrian man identified in court documents only as John Doe. The plaintiff has already been granted political asylum and is living in the country. He is seeking to bring his wife and their 3-year-old daughter over from war-torn Aleppo, a Syrian city home to the worst fighting in the country's years-long civil war. Conley wrote, the court concluded that plaintiff has presented some likelihood of success on the merits and that he is at great risk of suffering irreparable harm if a temporary restraining order is denied. Syria is one of the countries included in the ban, which is scheduled to go into effect at midnight Wednesday. Several other broader challenges to its implementation are expected to play out in federal courts across the country in the coming days. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. Reuters reports a prominent U.S. prosecutor said the Trump administration fired him on Saturday after he refused to step down, adding a discordant note to what is normally a routine changing of top attorneys when a new president takes office. New York U.S. Attorney Preet Bharara's defiant exit, first announced on Twitter, raised questions about President Donald Trump's ability to fill top jobs throughout his government. Trump has yet to put forward any candidates to serve as the nation's 93 district attorneys, even as his Justice Department asked the 46 who had not yet quit to hand in their resignations on Friday. Key positions at agencies like the State Department and the Defense Department also remain unfilled. Bharara told reporters in November that Trump had asked him to stay in his post, and he refused to resign when asked to do so by the Department of Justice on Friday. He said he was fired on Saturday afternoon. Like all U.S. attorneys, Bharara is a political appointee who can be replaced when a new president takes office. Previous presidents have often asked outgoing U.S. attorneys to stay on the job until after their replacements win confirmation in the U.S. Senate. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.